Hey world, it's Austin. How's it going? It is, what day is it? It's March 31st. I almost said May. It's March 31st today, and it is Transgender Day of Visibility, or TDOR, which you can search on all the social media. How's it going? I've been thinking about visibility today, and I just wanted to make a short video about some thoughts that I have on it. First of all, just really feeling thankful today for all of the trans folks that were visible in my life, like that chose to come out and be visibly trans, so that I could get a sense of what that might look like for me. I recently wrote a thing, I can't even remember what it was for, but I was talking about how Skylar Kurgel, who's been on YouTube for ages and documented his whole transition, how he was like the first trans guy that I saw, the first trans person that I saw, and I was thinking after I had written that there was actually one person that I saw before Sky, even. There was this trans guy who came and talked to my freshman LGBTQ studies class when I was a freshman in college. And he came to talk to us in our very, very short segment on trans folks. I remember thinking, my actual first thought when he came in the room was, holy cow, that person does not look like a woman at all, which is like an obvious thing to think now, like, duh. But at the time, I think I had all these, oh, Mowgli wants to say hi. I'll say hi, buddy. Oh, yeah, there he is. At the time, I had all of these sort of negative ideas about what a trans person would look like based on what I had seen in media, which usually sort of takes the form of terrible jokes, usually at the expense of trans women, in a sort of like, haha, it's a guy in a dress sort of way, which is incredibly detrimental to trans women's safety and health and sense of self and self-image. So, yeah, that sucks that that's a thing. So that was my only experience with trans folks at all. And so when I saw this trans guy come into my LGBTQ studies class, it was like this huge revelation, like, oh, this is just a person like every other person, and like he's got very important experiences, and an identity that is very important to like know about, but it was weird how normal it felt, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So, I'm thankful to that guy, whose name I don't even know today, for just showing me that it was, like, that being trans was not this crazy, kooky, weird, standout thing. Like, you could just be a person, and I appreciate that. And thanks to Skylar Kurgel for... Thank you. Thanks to Skylar Kurgel for, being such an awesome resource for people, and I've gotten to meet him a couple of times, and he's so much fun to talk to, and I'm thankful for being able to find his stuff on YouTube, which is why I put stuff on YouTube. And I'm also, of course, thankful to trans folks who choose and have chosen to be visible despite real danger to themselves. You know, people like the people at Stonewall, Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera, they chose to be out, they chose to have to deal with things like police brutality, and that was not something that maybe, I mean, like, maybe they would say, if you asked them, that they did have to come out. I totally get that instinct, but, like, they didn't have to put themselves in harm's way like that. So, today I am thankful for them, too. Two other thoughts that I had, really quick, or two things that I think are important to think about when we think about visibility. One, I think it's important to allow ourselves to let our sort of like anger and sadness about injustices be visible. He just flopped down in the corner. To let our anger at injustices be visible so that people can see where things are wrong. Because if we don't see where things are wrong, we can't fix them. So allowing ourselves to be visible when it comes to pointing things out that's like, that's not right. Like, trans women of color have a life expectancy of like 35 years, which is not right. So like pointing that out is a good thing to do. It's a good thing to make that more visible so that we can then address it. It's like visibility is just the first step. It's a very baseline. But the other thing is that I think it's important to let joy be visible. Like, joy, in a sense, is also a revolutionary act in that we are, like, we can show that we can be, like, happy, normal human beings with good lives. There was a hashtag a while ago, I think it was real life trans adult, on Twitter, where trans folks just said, like, look, I'm alive, I have a great life, you know, here's my partner, here's who I'm living with, here's what I do, here's my pet, like, all these things to just show people that you can grow up and live a great life when you're trans. So, Yeah, it's important to lift up the joy too, I think. So anyways, those are my thoughts on Trans Day Visibility. The very last thing I wanted to say is that this coming week, so on April 5th, Wednesday, April 5th, at 4 p.m. Central, I'm going to be doing a live video or a live streaming feed thing over on the Trans and Christian Facebook page, which I'll link down below. But instead of like a recorded video for the month, I'm going to do a live stream. So come over there, ask me questions, hang out. I'll show you things on my bookshelf. It'll be great. So yeah, 4 p.m. on Wednesday, April 5th. Come on over to the Facebook Trans and Christian page, Trans and Christian Facebook page, and we'll hang out. And then if I can figure out the technology, I will then put that video, once it's recorded, onto the YouTube page. So that's the plan. I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having a great day. I hope that if you are out and visible that you feel proud and happy about that. And if you can't be, that's okay. Like, this is not a day to like feel bad about yourself. This is a day to feel good about yourself, even if you can't necessarily be visible to the whole world. You can be visible to yourself, and that's really important too. So, alright, hope you're all doing well, and we'll see you on April 5th. Yes, April 5th. Alright, peace.